Would you ever choose to live with a person who is constantly mean to you, belittles you, shames you, and says you're not good enough? No? Then why do so many of us choose to be that person to ourselves? The truth is, for most of us, the damage isn't done by the world outside. It's done internally, quietly, by the voice that lives inside us, the one that we don't question enough. Hi, I am Subiksha, and today we're going to talk about that voice, about self kindness. First, we'll talk about something that a lot of us forget to even notice, the difference between being nice and being kind. Then, we'll move on to talking about why we are not kind to ourselves and why we should be. Being nice versus being kind. We often use the words nice and kind interchangeably, but they don't mean the same thing, especially when it comes to how we treat ourselves. Being nice can mean ignoring the truth, avoiding the issue. It's saying, I'm fine, when you're really not. Kindness, on the other hand, is honest. It sees clearly. It says, yes, you messed up, but you're still worth showing up for. Now, it's important to understand that being kind is not unnatural to us. To be honest, it's in our natural default state. Studies suggest that even kids show signs of responsiveness and compassion when in distress. It's in us. Darwin himself said it wasn't the most ruthless who survived, but the most sympathetic. Communities with the kindest members flourished. So, if we are naturally wired for kindness, what happened? Somewhere along the way, we learned something else. Rather, we were taught something else. We learned that being hard on ourselves meant we were serious, that shame was a motivator, and self criticism is necessary for growth. Why we are not kind to ourselves? Evolution carved us for survival. Thousands of years ago, belonging to a group pretty much meant life or death. If you messed up, got rejected, or got excluded, you could literally die. So, our brains evolved to criticize ourselves first before others could. Self criticism became a way to push ourselves to do better, to fit in, to not get rejected, even if it hurt. It felt safer to self attack than be attacked by others. It's ancient, but we're still doing it. Because we've internalized shame since childhood. As children, many of us were praised only when we performed, loved only when we pleased. Did you know that an average child is reprimanded 8 times more than they are appreciated? And so, naturally, when we were scolded or pushed away, we didn't think, oh, I did something bad. We thought, I am bad. Eventually, our sense of worth became tied to how others responded to us because we've misunderstood kindness. I've often heard people say, oh, but if I become kind to myself, won't my standards drop? If I'm self compassionate, won't I seem weak? What they fail to understand is kindness doesn't let you off the hook, it just stops kicking you while you're already down. And just for a second, think logically. If self criticism worked so well, wouldn't you already be where you want to be and have achieved all your goals? Because change is hard. Your brain fears danger. Your brain usually doesn't want you to change, even if it's good for you. It likes the familiar, it likes the predictable. And healing, growth, that's unpredictable, that's unfamiliar. So, the change is going to be hard. Think about it. All this self hatred, self criticism, it's years in the making. If you're 20 years old, it's almost that long in the making. That cannot change in 2 days. It cannot change in 2 months. It's a long commitment, but certainly a worthy one. Because even trying kindness can sometimes hurt. Sometimes, when we try to be kind to ourselves, it actually feels worse. That's called backdraft. It's like opening a door to a burning house. All the smoke rushes out, the pain comes up, the voices return, you feel worse. But that's not a sign to stop. It's a sign that you're finally facing what you've been avoiding for so long. And that's where the healing begins. And what do you think? Do you think there are other reasons we don't talk about enough? If so, let me know in the comments. It really matters. Now, why should we be kind to ourselves? Because it starts with us. Because only when you're kind to yourself can you be kind to others. So, start from within. And all the meanness that we see around, it's often just a mirror. Remember, people treat others how they treat themselves because it physically heals you. Studies conducted by the universities of Oxford and Exeter show that practicing self compassion soothes your body, calms your flight or fight response, and actually betters your immune system. Self criticism activates your amygdala, triggering increased cortisol, adrenaline, and blood pressure. Self kindness, on the other hand, releases oxytocin, regulating stress and calming our nervous system. It makes you more resilient. Did you know that self compassionate people are often more likely to get back up after a failure? Why? Because failure to them isn't an identity, it's a feedback. All this raises a question now. How? How do I practice self kindness to myself? That's a whole another conversation, something that's coming up very soon. So stay tuned, you wouldn't want to miss it. But for now, remember this: life is miserable until you start seeing what's good in yourself. You don't need to be perfect to be kind to yourself. You just need to be willing. And the truth is, we're all just humans trying to heal. Maybe it's been long since you've heard this, or maybe it's the first time you're hearing this. So I'll say it again, just in case. You deserve kindness, even from you, especially from you. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, stay becoming.